welcome to 6 Feet Podcast. I am your host, DJ Pope. I'm glad to be back with you. This is number 12, okay? Thank you to all those fans out there in cyber world. Appreciate it. Hey, if you have somehow found yourself here on either Facebook or YouTube, on your YouTube, just simply click subscribe to subscribe to our channel so you never miss any type of 6 Feet content. Facebook, go ahead and like our page and follow us from week to week. Every Sunday at 4:30, we have a live show, and you can also download all of our things audio and listen wherever you go on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, and TuneIn. And those are usually uploaded Monday or Tuesday. And so today we have started off a new show. Ben, how's it going?
It's going great.
Doing okay, Ben? Let's go ahead and get the Ben cam. Say hi to Ben, everybody. It's good to see you, Ben. You see the cam, Ben, right in front of you. Just look up.
I told you I didn't see it last
I know. So Ben here is live, and so you can chat with Ben live on either Facebook or YouTube. Ben has got a Facebook account now.
Oh boy.
So, yeah, Ben, how'd that feel? You feel like an adult now, Ben?
I am an adult.
You get a job, you got a dog, now you're on Facebook. You might as well just go ahead and retire.
Everything,
I know, it's good stuff. So you can chat with Ben live on both of those different forums. And so we're excited. We got a good show for you today. We've got a new competition for you today as well. So the last 2 weeks we had what was the first week, Ben? What do we do? Movie quotes?
Yeah, I think it's movie quotes.
Movie quotes, famous movie quotes. And then
lines.
last week was... What did we do last week? Company slogans, all right? So this week we are going to use famous people's names, but we have to use them as a verb, okay? Ben, are you good to take score this week? Because I think that you cheated last week.
Pretty sure I didn't cheat last
Honestly,
week.
I feel like you've missed
you.
a ton through the whole thing, but that's, whatever. And so...
I didn't miss it, I just didn't count
Did you actually think that you put that you won last week, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, whatever. And so this week is using a famous person's name as a verb, and it has to relate to something that person has done.
Or like a role that they've played in like a movie
so if it's
or
yeah,
something.
Exactly. If it's an author, then obviously, I don't know, based off a book or something they wrote or, whatever, okay? Well, I'm going to Johnny Carson this next person in, and so our special guest today, we are excited. This is somebody who we have really tried to get on the docket for a while now. This guy has got an account that has just blown up on SoundCloud, all right? They have... have been listening to him for years, and so if you can find him on SoundCloud, he's got some pretty good stuff. If you didn't notice, we were playing some David Tribble music for you on our intro while you were waiting to get the podcast started, and so you can actually find David on Spotify. It's a little bit bigger than SoundCloud, but you can find David Tribble music there and a few of his singles and albums as well. So please look that up. He gave us permission to play his music, so we're very appreciative. But this next guest, like I said, he's on SoundCloud, so kind of a big deal as well.
Almost like David.
Yeah, almost like David. Yeah, and other musicians as well. But without further ado, let's bring this guy in. Made it all the way from over the sea from last week. My brother, Jacob David Smith. Come on in, Jacob. Hey,
So, first things first, how did you get to London?
Hold on a second, because I'm not going to allow Ben to start this thing. I can't hear anything in my ears.
You got nothing?
I got nothing.
Hello?
Oh, wait, I hear you,
Coming
but
in?
I can't hear me. Okay, there I am.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. I think
So I thought I would,
Libby didn't turn you on.
to start this thing, since it's sort of my show,
Yeah.
I thought I must ask you a question.
It's not a
Yeah,
person's...
we see that you.
I
grew a
really,
mustache.
I was really John Wayne in it the past week, watching a lot of
Very
westerns,
nice,
and I
very
thought
nice.
I'd pull a Tom Selleck and go ahead and grow that mustache.
Very nice.
I'll
Very
give this
nice.
to you.
I like that.
So.
I like that. Well, okay. Now, how's things been since you Michael Myers did all the way over to.
So I did end up overseas.
What do you, he's from? Hold on a second. Let's just do a.
That was a little insane. Did you say
Michael Myers?
Michael Myers, yeah, from
Michael
Halloween.
Myers. No, like the actor who's from.
Oh, Mike Myers.
Yeah. I would imagine his entire name is Michael.
No, that's Mike Myers.
Put that down.
Don't put
now.
that down, Ben.
That's
he said
ridiculous.
He said Michael Myers.
That's
That
not
is
Mike.
a
Yeah, it's
that
two
is a
different
character
things.
from the Halloween franchise.
This is a family-friendly show. We don't talk about those movies.
And so he's talking about Austin Powers as Mike Myers.
yes.
And so that
Two
was
different. Two
that was
syllables,
basically-
one syllable.
SNL's Mike Myers.
that was like what do they call the first swing in whenever you play tennis and you hit it and it goes out and it doesn't count?
I don't play tennis.
Fault.
I'm not.
That was a fault. What DJ did. So it doesn't count. We're going to go ahead and move forward.
Strike.
I did end up in a different country very briefly. I was looking for Springfield, Montana. Actually ended
Missouri.
up somehow in, I could have gone to Missouri too. I either ended up in Canada or England, one of those two.
Just,
However, I had to borrow a lot of money to get back. Luckily, I borrowed it in another country, so as everybody knows, you don't have to pay money back whenever you are in debt in another country. So that's a good
I don't think
tip
that's how that works.
for you investment guys. If you're a big investor with like myself, go to other countries. Borrow as much money as you can and then bring it back. And it's basically like debt forgiveness.
Yeah. Really pulled a Bernie Madoff.
It's an
there.
American sort of like an American forgiveness program.
Yeah, because that's not going to make the world hate us anymore. And so, all right. Now, okay. Hey, I got to clear this up this week. I got some type of message that we have. Did you start a Twitter account, Ben?
I didn't start a Twitter account.
Uh,
Jacob, did you?
Okay, so
It wasn't
There-
you, Libby, or Kel,
okay,
was it?
there is a Twitter account. So I'm running it, but I'm running it for us. So you don't have to worry about that. I'm doing it. It's collectively. We're all sort of in agreement on everything that's posted on that account.
Why didn't we know about it?
I can't get into it. I tried to use it for.
Yeah.
We've shared the passwords for Instagram and Facebook and.
Yeah, that's okay. That's enough. But everything that I post on there, just because you don't have access to the account, everything that I post on there, you can see that it's what we would like to say as a group. So don't worry about it.
Does anybody know?
I don't know about it.
Do you have a Twitter account?
I have a Twitter.
What is it? It's at 6 Feet Pod, I presume, right? You at least got the name right.
Oh yeah, of
Okay.
course.
All right. So
It's a 6 Feet Podcast account for Twitter.
okay.
At 6 Feet Pod, and that's
And you're gonna handle the scheduling.
well. I'm posting everything on it, and so obviously all the people who watch the show are fans of Jacob, and so you come to the Twitter account and you're getting the 6 Feet Podcast perspective from Jacob. So come check that
Are
out.
you on it right now?
And
Why do you?
maybe you pull if you got someone like this over here, you pull a Robert De Niro and say, don't worry about it.
That's the worst Robert De Niro I've ever seen.
Don't worry about it. Eh? Eh?
Okay. All right. So,
Talking to me?
well, it really seems like you're all in on that. So let's go to our topic for today. All right. Our topic. We've got our 6 feet topic. And thank you. Very cool. So our topic today is the idea of being all in. And so we talked a little bit this week about the idea that when you kind of get a move of God or kind of a vision that you can't really accomplish it or you can't get it done without really being all in. A lot of times you have people that say, okay, I feel like I have a vision or I've got a purpose or something that I need to get done. But when you kind of come up against the wall, you have a pandemic,
Just out of nowhere.
Lightweights. All right. And then, or something else. And what ends up happening is when you're not all in, you go ahead and you say, you kind of just bow out. And I think a characteristic of really God-given vision and is have to be all in. And what comes to mind is somebody like an Abraham who, you know, he's told to leave and move, and he's got no vision whatsoever of where he's going and not even told where he's going to stop. And he says, just go, but I'm going to do this through you. And so he has a vision and a higher calling, and he's all in. He literally just says, hey.
Packs up and starts heading.
Wife, all right? Come on, we're leaving.
Wife.
And I have to think that he asked other people. But the only person that agreed to go was his nephew Lot with his wife and his family.
So
It's all yeah.
you think his nephew was just kind of like down for anything? Just like, yeah, man, I'll go with you. I mean,
I didn't have much going on. I could permanently leave this place.
I guess I'm
I
gonna
have
lose
no
that
obligation.
job.
I work. Yeah, I work.
I'm gonna lose that waiter job.
Work from
down
home.
I'm working part time over at Shadrack's or whatever is an old name. Yeah,
Over
yeah,
at,
yeah.
Shadrack's Pasta.
No, I'm
really
just
tired
over
of that
there.
job.
I'm just over there, but I've been late the past 3 days, and they're talking about firing me anyway. So let's just
2 weeks? No, I don't need it 2 weeks. we're good.
No, I know that would be nice, but trust me, they would not be missing much.
Terrible boss. He's a terrible boss. So, Jacob, your idea. What have you seen? You know, just personal experience or just personal observation of someone having to be all in, or maybe even an example of one or the other, of someone being all in on something and you see them accomplish a goal or something along those lines, or a vision that they have, or someone who kind of flaked out because it's, you know, it gets tough.
Yeah.
And so the mic is yours. I'll stop talking now. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
I need to wrap that up.
all in. Yeah, like I think that it's pretty rare that you get like a moment in your life to where it just hits you and you get to make that decision. Like I think of, you know, Paul, whenever, you know, he just on the road to Damascus and all of a sudden it's like this
Boom. Yeah.
you know, complete transition. It's pretty rare. I think that I sort of had not like a revelation like that, but I did have a moment.
No Damascus.
No. Unfortunately, I wasn't blinded or anything. Although it wasn't easy to see. I did have some trouble for a couple days, more so for hearing. But whenever I was in the military, I had to decide if I was going to stay in or get out and go to school. So that type of moment, it was like I either had to be all in for one or the other, and sort of had to make that decision to step forward, whether without knowing that one decision was going to be right. You just sort of have to lean into it with everything you've got. And so that was one of those moments for me.
Now, on the military front, what is it? Is it pretty much kind of like you know what you're getting each day? I mean, like, so there's some type of, I don't know, constant there, and you know how much you're getting paid, you can budget. I mean, so it's like you know what's happening day in, day out. With the school thing, it was a little bit of an unknown, right? I mean,
like you get home and then like you got to find all these things,
I mean,
and you know you
your
have to-
schedule isn't filled anymore.
Exactly. And you might, I mean, especially for someone who hasn't taken any classes or anything, you know, you might have a vague idea, like I might want to do that, but I don't know exactly. So it is like a huge leap of faith. But in the military, if you do, as long as you're not lazy, really, like you can write down your progress through life, you know, all the way up to your retirement. As long as you do everything on time, you know, I'll make third class next year. 2 years from that, I'll make second class. 4 years from that, I'll make first class. Then I'll move up to chief and senior chief.
Right.
So you can follow it all the way up, and it's a very clear path. And it's this, you know, stable. It's a lot of people.
and everything's taken care of you for. I mean, for the most part, like as well. Like, you know, you don't have to, you know, find a place to stay. It's all. That's all kind of handled.
So there is a lot of like comfort just to say, oh, you know what, this is everything's already
Yeah.
figured out for me, so I can kind of just throw up my hands and coast through everything. So for me, it was a pretty big leap of faith, and I had to really trust myself. That I
Right.
trust in the idea that I would still have the drive 5 years from now to keep going for whatever I was passionate about. So
Now, you hadn't even dabbled really in college schoolwork
Yeah.
until then, and
no
you and I both really didn't like the end of our high school schoolwork, and so we weren't really excited, or we weren't that bummed that we didn't have to go to class anymore after high school, and and so really both of us figured out that we're actually pretty good college students when we got started.
yeah, I was actually really surprised because I didn't like school so much, at all, and also on top of that, I was really bad at it. Like, I was really, really bad. I had terrible grades in high school. Really rough. So I don't know. Thinking back, I can't. It was more of a dumb decision to.
So you kind of like Molly Ringwald it from Breakfast Club.
All right. Well, no, don't cheer that on. Don't.
That's a pretty good
Don't
one.
encourage him.
That's
That was a bad reference.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Some
mean,
of
I
the
think it's
factors,
like I was saying. I think it's rare that you get those moments where it's like, I either have to go one direction or the other. More often, it's like, you work at some place and you just kind of half do it for years, and eventually that just becomes the norm, and you're slowly moving forward in that direction.
And maybe like you get interested somewhere else, and you just kind of just slowly transition
you just
over
float.
to there. Yeah.
Yeah, you float from this, you float to that. I'm interested in this. Which you can do that just as much. I've seen so many people, myself included, do that in college. Like, I really want to go for this, but then you kind of sway. And
Okay, so when I finished high school, I really just wanted to make like more money than what I was making, and so I was at a corporate America type place. Had a good desk job for the most part. Not the highest paying one, but so before I had made up my mind to go back to school and stuff, I went on a couple of different interviews, and two of them, one was to sell cutlery. So yeah,
you could do that.
yeah, I think
I
This
so.
will
could
chop
see
your
you
bread
doing
for
that.
Yeah,
for
I think
20
so.
bucks.
I know, and they were all salesman positions. I just wasn't all in on thinking I could sell that well.
I think you could sell.
Then the other one was I was gonna air purifiers. So I think it was Rainbow Air Purifiers. I don't know if that's a brand or not, but it sure sounded like it. So
It's like the things that you put in the bathroom and
got
like they
both-
spray.
yeah, I got both jobs, but I thought it was odd that everybody else that came to the interview also got the job.
Yeah.
Everybody I was sitting in the waiting room.
Yeah, that's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
That's pretty interesting there.
I'm pretty
how
sure
that works out.
I got a call from a company named Energon, but I didn't go to that one.
But that stuff's good. If Energon.com, if you have the time, you should swing by. Go ahead and order your starter kit for a very low $79.99.
Seems like the price keeps going down.
That's it. It's going down because we're getting so much in. Just so much.
You just got to be all in. So yeah, so I go to the interviews, and I'm a competitive person. I really Michael Jordan it when I have a competition in my way, and so when I go to the interview, I want to look around and I want to intimidate all the other interviewees. Ben, you need to write this down.
Wait. Let's play this out because I think this needs to be seen rather than heard.
Okay.
All right. So, Mr. Smith, you're coming in today. Thank you. How are you?
Are you talking to
Oh, wait.
yourself?
I'm
Wait,
talking
are
to myself.
you talking- yeah, wait.
Go.
Mr. DJ, you're coming in today. What? Let's get this started. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, yeah. So as far as selling goes,
Go ahead and stop there. You're boring. I don't like what's happening here. I'm going to
No,
go ahead and.
You didn't understand what I was saying. In the waiting area with the other interviewees.
No, I got
That
it.
is where the intimidation takes
That's from the
place.
stare downs.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
What do you and
So we're sitting. So we're sitting in the waiting room here,
Yeah. So
and I'm sitting beside you.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey. Hey, how's it going, man?
I'm not very good at interviews.
Yeah, I
so
would have guessed that. So what's your name?
I mean, what do you mean? My name's Jacob.
Hey, Jake, how's it going? Yeah, no, I do these things all the time. They're no problem for me. What are you gonna tell them? What are you? What are you laughing about? What are you,
Nothing.
That's weakness. If
Yes.
you're laughing in there, you're done.
Oh,
You're done.
I
You
hear
ever
this is a tough job to get.
Yeah, those knives don't sell themselves, sir. How are you in talking in front of people?
I'm scared of knives.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, especially when I'm testing them out.
I really feel like I just need some time to kind of be by myself. Be by myself, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, okay, but how are you as far as public speaking goes?
Are you still talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. Actually, it's not one of my strong suits.
Oh, that's awesome. I was captain of the debate team.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know.
Not really, but I really like to talk. So a lot of times when they were having their meetings, I'd step in and stuff.
We're not debating. There's no debates happening.
No,
so
you go ahead. Have your rebuttal.
I don't see how that would
Try
be
me.
useful.
Debate me. Debate me about knives.
I'm not. I don't have.
Cutco is best or good. You know what? You take that Cutco is best. I'll take that they're not. Let's go ahead and go.
Are we doing
Go ahead.
this? Cutco's the best.
Oh yeah, really? Have you ever heard of the other knives companies?
I don't know where.
Hey, I think they're calling your name. Go ahead.
If I could. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry.
And then I would get the job.
And
but then,
scene.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah.
You're gonna hurt
How can you
someone's
live with
feelings?
yourself?
I know.
Do what?
Right? How do you?
I get a lot of jobs. Or all the ones that I want. anyways.
Wait, now I want to see what that person looks like in the interview after they went in.
After they talk to me.
And they're intimidated.
All right, I'll be the
Okay,
interviewer.
you're the interviewer, and I'm the person.
Can we
being
just get that
interviewed.
little magic sound like we're going to a new place real quick? There we go.
There we go.
Hello, Mr. Smith.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you. So,
There's a guy in the. Never mind.
yeah. Just
In the
relax.
in the
Concentrate on what
lobby.
we're doing here.
It's just.
Yeah. So
I think he's trying to psych me out. I don't know. Okay.
it says you were born in 1992. Is that correct? 1992.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
You were born in 92. So that would make you
Yeah, I don't know.
20. You don't know?
I don't know how much I want this job anymore. That guy in the lobby is really rough. He just sort of.
Yeah. No. Oh, okay. Well, try to relax. You're honestly. We give you a script. We give you the case of knives. I mean, you just literally have to read it off and
I'm afraid.
show them that our knives are sharp.
I'm afraid of knives. I have a deep fear of knives.
Well, they're all in a package. I mean, they're in sleeves and things like that.
As long as I don't have to look at. Oh, you've got them right there in front of you. Okay.
Just lay it out.
All right.
Look,
all right. Fine.
This one cuts
Fine.
a penny.
Okay.
You good?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
So it says here that you have sales experience at a.
Do you know that guy's name in the lobby? What's his name?
I think. Well, let me.
I think I'm gonna go work for him.
I can't. Well,
I can't remember.
You may be. You may be. Okay, you know what? I don't think it's gonna work.
I wouldn't
out.
bother. He's a shoe-in. Yeah, it was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Okay. All right. So, you got to be all in when you get in there, all right? And I just was not all in these type of interviews. But when I went back to school, it was all in. I was paying for it. And so
That'll motivate you.
Yeah, everything counted.
Cards are on the table.
Couldn't play around. It was really fun walking into, because I started out at community college, and you get the 13th graders in your classes, the ones who just graduated high school, and the very next semester they jumped into college, and those are some funny kids to take.
Intimidate all of them.
No, I go in and I sit in the very middle front desk. I don't have time for you people. Okay, I'm here and I'm gonna
learn.
I'm here to learn. I'm zoning in, and
You're that guy.
yeah, everybody wanted to invite me to study groups and stuff. I didn't join them.
Hey, did you
Too cool.
Did you hear what she? Did you? Everybody's like, hey, did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she? What did she say that it was? And then you're like, I can't. I can't talk.
I'm not listening right now.
I can't talk. Did you do the homework from last night? Is that supposed to? Were we supposed to write that in pen?
Is that due today?
Was that due today or was that due yesterday?
Yeah, most of those classes, especially the early ones that I went to, I felt like I was pulling a Robin Williams from Jack.
Okay. From Jack? So what, you thought you were 12 years old?
No,
in the whole
40-year-old in the midst of all the 10-year-olds. Yeah. That's how I felt in those classes.
Yeah. No.
I got to be winning really well, though. All right, so anyways, all in, the topic, and the idea, okay, so you get a vision, you have something, you have to pour everything that you have into it, and it's going to be, and honestly, same thing that happens with marriage, parenthood. I believe God directs us to this. I don't think that God really ever gives us that idea of that anything's halfway when He opens the door for us. It's got to be all in. You see that, like you mentioned with Paul. Paul, I think, is the great example of someone who, and I think that's why he flips so much, and we feel like he's almost at a level that we can't reach, is because, I mean, he was just sold out.
I mean, they even show him, like, by the end of Acts, he's, like, above the disciples.
Yeah, I mean,
he's
in
like,
Galatians, I mean, the argument, him going face-to-face with Peter, I mean, imagine you having to call Peter out for doing something wrong. I mean,
especially after he's done way more wrong than Peter
better
had.
Be all in at that point. But still, Paul didn't see himself that way, because you see in his writing, he says, I'm the chief of sinners still. He talks about the things that I want to do, I don't, and the things I don't want to do, I do. So he's still talking about the tension of his sin nature. And so all of those things still exist with him, but he was still all in for the idea of getting the gospel to other people.
Yeah.
Acts, I think, 20:24, talking about, I don't count my life as anything worth anything, that I'll freely lay it down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing the attitude that he has, I think, is the one that we have to carry when we're trying to accomplish something.
Yeah, I think that whenever you go all in like that, the perspective immediately turns inward, when you're looking at yourself and you're combing through all of your own stuff and all just doing everything you can to make that better. So you focus on yourself rather than focusing on other people and how they relate to you and how
how you're different from them
exactly. You stop thinking about that stuff, and it's about how well am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, no, and I actually read something in Ecclesiastes this morning, and I know, Ben, you were talking about boring. All right, and it's a sad book at times, but really what Ecclesiastes is, and I actually talked to your dad about it, Ben. And so it's building off of Proverbs. And Proverbs is talking about, okay, as a young man, don't do these things in the future, and your life will turn out okay. Like you'll save yourself a lot of heartache.
Is, right. Don't do this, you'll get this. And
or here's the compare and contrast of if you do something well versus if you do something wrong. Well, Ecclesiastes is kind of built on the other side of that, saying, listen, stop trying to plan it all down the road or trying to pursue after something. Take today and basically accomplish something today. And in chapter 2, it talks about doing all of your work, like in all of your toil is what it says. You toil all the day long, and basically he says all of it is vanity, because what's going to happen is if you're doing all this work for something in the future, that somebody's going to come behind you who didn't work quite as hard and who doesn't care as much, and they're going to ruin what you set up, like, eventually. And so, you got to think, okay, today I'm going to accomplish what I want to accomplish today. I'm all in today. When tomorrow starts, I'll be all in tomorrow. And it's kind of a day-by-day thing. And I think that's really the lesson that Ecclesiastes...
Day-by-day decision that you make at the start of that day that you're gonna get that done.
I think you can. It sort of elicits like one of two. I mean, maybe more, but the primary two would be that someone sees that you're trying to make something good, and they try to say, okay, well, what you're doing is this good, so it's making me look like this. They basically compare what you're doing to what they're doing, and there's a negative reaction associated with it. But on the other hand, you see, like, watching the Michael Jordan documentary or any great athlete, you see that whenever someone takes on that idea or that all-in stance, it's it's contagious.
Yeah.
Everybody around them all of a
The
sudden.
Babe Ruth point to center field.
Yeah,
hit the
exactly.
homer.
It's sort of like, the tide lifts all ships,
Yeah.
type of idea.
Yeah. All right. So, lesson for today: be all in, whatever you do. Ben, got anything from the chat in reference to our topic today?
Not in reference to it.
Okay. All right.
Some
You got some other things going on over there, Ben?
Yeah, some interesting.
Don't
things
forget to
going on
chat
over
with
there.
Ben. Put any type of comments or questions that you want into those chats. So let's move on to our viewer questions. All right? All right. There we go. Nice cue, everybody. Nice cue.
So do we have any you said there was none from the chat today?
None from the chat.
What do we got for viewer questions that are from weeks past?
Because
Yeah.
we were talking about SoundCloud and Jacob's music career. What are your favorite music artists?
My
And
favorite
why?
music artist? Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Let me see. Well, my favorite of all time is Bob Dylan.
Yeah, I heard he could really paint well.
Yeah, he actually is an accomplished painter.
Yeah.
He's done everything. I don't know what you can say he hasn't done, but
I'm
like Dylan.
He didn't make a podcast.
What? Well, Meatloaf, I heard, is phenomenal artist. You should see his drawings of puppies. They're really good.
You talking about that Meatloaf?
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about his drawings. He draws a German Shepherd. I mean, he's probably the best musical artist I've ever seen.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
For sure.
yeah, Meatloaf. Meatloaf's really good. I'm a big cottage cheese fan.
We're talking about the art that they make, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we're talking about. I thought we were talking about music
artists. Yeah.
music specifically. Music.
Oh.
Music artists who create music. So we wouldn't be talking about like a music art. We wouldn't be talking about like.
painting or drawing.
Okay. Well,
don't-
he said music artist, so I'm trying to. I don't know. So
I
you thought maybe
don't know
it was-
anything that Meatloaf sings.
I don't know. It all sounds like his.
What, Libby?
We have a what?
Why would we be getting a phone call? This isn't even a phone call show.
There's a
Okay.
phone call coming in.
All right. Well, put them through, I guess.
I guess
Hello?
we are a call-in show now.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
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 It's-
Hey, fellas. This here is Randall Cornwall Hillis.
Cornwall
Okay.
Hillis?
Randall.
Hillis.
Randall.
Randall. My goodness, man. Randall Cornwall Hillis. Okay, you got me? All right.
I mean, I
Randall.
understand, but I don't.
Hang on.
Okay,
Look, just a
okay.
second.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you your subsidiary
I'm gonna
second
I'm gonna look this
to
guy
go
up.
ahead and Google me up
Okay.
on one of them fancy Microsoft computers you got.
Okay.
I see you fella down there in the corner got one.
I'm sorry, that was a
Okay.
Macrosoft
you give me
computer?
just a second, sir. Just a second. I
Okay.
need to scramble this call right quick.
Oh, okay. He's scrambling the. Oh. All right.
Can somebody please tell
Done.
me how
Oh
he got
wow,
our
he's
number?
on Wikipedia. He's
Okay.
apparently he like lives in a bunker or
So-
something. I don't.
I got a.
Hi, Randall.
You are taking questions, right?
He's a
Is
bunker
this,
salesman.
my understanding is I got to ask a question of you.
Well,
And so I got a question for Mr. DJ Pope over there.
Yeah, hey, Randall.
Pope, right?
Yeah, just like the Catholic guy.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
do
sir.
you got any kinfolk in McCurtain County, Oklahoma?
I have
Money
no, I don't.
kinfolk?
I don't
McCurt?
believe so.
You-
You said McCurkin County, right?
McCurtain County, Oklahoma,
McCurtain
son. Look it up.
why would he wait? But what would he look it up for if he's trying? He's got. He doesn't have kinfolk there.
If I had them there, I don't think I'd.
He wouldn't need to look it up
Yeah.
if he.
I'm pretty Randall.
Hey,
I'm pretty
hey.
sure I don't have anybody there.
Randall.
Okay, because I'm trying to get a hold of Gary Lynn Pope. The man owes me some money for some roosters.
Okay, hold on.
Excuse me?
Gary Lynn?
For roosters?
Gary Lynn Pope, sir.
No,
Oh.
I don't think I have a Gary Lynn. in
I
my
don't know a
family.
Gary Lynn.
All my relatives are more in the
boy.
Missouri
Area.
area.
Mr. Randall,
Yeah, blood thicker than water, ain't it, son? I tell you that.
okay.
You got any coffee? Look here, you got any coffee in that cup? You sure drink it. Yeah, what?
Are you
I
following
guess-
us live right
I guess
now,
he's
Randall?
watching
I
the.
guess so. No.
Yeah, I'm
The show.
watching your little broadcast.
Hey,
Yeah?
I'm looking at your Wikipedia page here. It says that you live in a bunker, sir.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay?
Okay.
Truth be known, I
okay.
do live in a basement. Okay?
Okay.
Now, there's a lot of difference between a basement and a bunker. Okay?
I would say so.
You ever watch World War II in color?
I know that it's
once or twice.
I know
guess.
that it's a show.
I usually have it on repeat.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, they got bunkers on that show,
Uh-huh.
and they got basements on that Microsoft computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they are very, very different.
So-
Now, I do enjoy a large, spacious basement as my home.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So you live in a basement.
you live.
Yes, sir, I do.
In-
I live.
In Oklahoma?
Well, it's an undisclosed location.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Well,
Um,
I would
Is
rather-
there,
So-
is there a house above your basement, or
Yeah.
is,
So
is
there
it
there
just
would
the
have to be a
basement?
house attached, right? If it's a basement. So who do you live with? Who lives in the actual home?
Well, I got rid of the house part.
Okay.
See.
All right.
It was,
okay.
yeah, it was sticking all up from the road where you could see it. And so it needed some work done to it. So we went ahead and tore it down. I got my tractor,
Okay.
covered the place up. And so there's just no house left.
did it have wheels?
Excuse me?
Oh,
How did you get rid of the house
No,
part?
I
Did
think
you,
I think he got a tractor and he just.
I got my tractor.
okay.
Okay.
And
So
we pulled it down, me and a couple of buddies of mine, pulled it down a room at a time.
What? Just one at a
That's how
time.
you-
Just
Yes, sir. That's how you do that. You don't want everything to collapse all in upon you on
No,
the
that's-
basement.
that's
that you
smart,
belong in.
Randall.
it sounds like it would ruin the basement
That
part
is
that you're
smart.
currently living in.
Yeah.
So
Yes, sir. It would ruin that. It
I-
stays nice and cool during the summer.
you
Now, I'm
really
gonna tell you
out-
that.
you really Albert Einstein that one, Randall.
Well,
so
you boys are confusing me, but go ahead.
so you live in this bunker of sort, I guess a basement that's very different from a bunker. What do you have in this place? Are you would you say that you have a large amount of food stocked up?
Well, I think any smart man would have a large amount of food
Okay.
stocked up. And I figure,
That's where I thought this was going.
I mean, I don't know. You boys probably got yourself an apartment or something, but yes, I do can my own vegetables.
Uh-huh.
I do put things up for future events,
Okay.
which are said to may or may not occur. However, you are familiar with the Great Depression. You can look
We are-
that up yourself.
we are
I don't know.
familiar.
I would think you'd be if you went to school as much as you two talked about it. But either way, I did graduate in the 8th grade, Mountain Home, Arkansas myself.
That's
Wow.
really good.
All
Arkansas,
8 of them. All 8 of them.
Yes,
That
sir.
is- It's a real
Does
accomplishment.
that include kindergarten, or are we just going 1st through 8th?
We didn't have a kindergarten.
Oh, okay, all
back
right. So you
then.
did get 8 years out of there.
We
Okay.
had one classroom. All eight grades was in one classroom.
Oh, wow.
When's the last time you've been out of your basement?
Good question.
Well, there's no sense in running all up and around all over town and everything.
Yeah.
Got us a pandemic, I think, going on or something. I'm not sure. So I've always been pretty careful.
Yeah, I think they're calling
Yeah.
it the bird flu.
I think
Excuse me there.
I think they're calling it the bird flu.
I think that's what it might be called. I'm not sure what they're calling it. I know what it's the beginning of.
so.
And you boys,
So
excuse me, sir.
how long though have you been? I don't know. I guess we could say quarantined.
Do you scratch any like tally marks on the wall or anything just to keep up with your time
Do
down
we
there?
have
or-
any gauge?
Calendar or
Well, you boys are trying to put words in my mouth, see? And that's what they do a lot on these fancy shows and these fancy internet and all that. They like to call old Randall here a person of interest, okay? A person of interest in that, a person of interest in this. And it's all a bunch of hogwash, okay? Now go to town.
Whoa.
Excuse me, sir.
Randall now.
Is there some legal matters that we should be?
Did he just
There's
call
no
us?
legal matter, sir. All my charges have been expunged.
That is good. I'm glad they got expunged.
Yes, sir.
Now to be clear, Randall, you did call us, and we're still not real sure how that happened.
How did you get through to this line?
Well, I just seen you on the deal, and I got a friend of mine that he knows some people who knows some people, and he shot me the number because I caught the fella's name being Pope there, and I'd like to get paid for my roosters. Okay. Now I want you to let your kinfolk know I don't mean him no harm.
I don't think they're related.
Boy, blood's thicker than water. I tell you that. I respect a man stand up for his family. Don't want to be called a rat and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me just say, you boys been popping off a lot of names out of that there Bible there, and I want to pop one off at you, okay?
All right, Randall.
Let's hear it.
You ready?
Yeah, we got time.
John the Baptist, okay? Do you remember John the Baptist?
I've heard a few things about him.
Yeah, I think he.
Okay, let me ask you a little something about John the Baptist, okay? John the Baptist, okay? There's a lot of Johns. This one here, John the Baptist.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Where did John the Baptist live?
In the wilderness.
I think in the wilderness, yeah.
Give me that old-time religion. Give me that old-timey religion. It was good for John the Baptist. It's good enough for me. You see what I'm saying? My old pappy used to sing that to me while we cleaned catfish. Make it dear tomorrow. Rest his soul.
Okay, I don't get what you're saying. I'm going to be totally honest. I'm probably going to need you to break it down a little bit more for me here.
Well, I'm going to break it down for you like this.
Okay.
Back then when John the Baptist was running around, okay, they had cities back then, son. Okay? And he didn't go to them very often. You see what I'm saying? And they called him a lot of names. They probably called him a person of interest. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and so,
and the
what did he do? Excuse me now?
They probably called him the Baptist, too.
Yeah, John the Baptist.
They did call him the Baptist. I guess he was a Baptist, and that's each his own.
Mm-hmm.
Bless his heart.
Like
so
fried chicken.
But he stayed out there, and just about as deep as he could get. I'm sure the man put up a lot of victuals for the coming times, hardships which might be endured upon the earth, and as I thus myself have taken forth in the process of accumulation. And so,
I do need to ask you again because I'm really trying to get a gauge on this.
How much
exactly
food exactly?
how long would you say that you have been quarantined, sir?
I've been basically in what you people nowadays call quarantine since the mid-90s. Okay?
Okay, so you have been down in your basement.
Excuse me, yes,
for 30 years.
Your basement bunker since
my basement.
Since let's take a guess at like maybe 95. Yeah.
Well, let me see. My sister just
1890s.
split up with Larry Joe. May he rest in peace. May he rest in peace. So she had just got brand new 44-inch gumbo monster motors put on her Jeep. So it was September 1994.
94, yeah.
And I've been going out now more than ever since they stopped rousting me up about wearing a mask.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you were wearing a mask prior to the current pandemic.
Oh, yeah, you want to see them get rattled up. Boy, I tell you what, you go to the mall with a mask on. Anyway, I'm going to tell you this, too. Everybody at the mall ain't just a shopper, okay? It's some of them folks in plain clothes. You know what I mean? Working for the man. establishment.
Yeah.
They will take you to a little room down yonder and put you through intense questioning. Okay?
Okay.
A questionnaire.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Where you been? Where you from? What you doing? What you drive? What you been? Oh, Lordy. I'm sorry, y'all, but anyway, so
Yeah.
ever since they started everybody else wearing masks, which I think is a good idea, I go to town on a regular basis.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
Yeah.
you'd been in your basement
But you've been
for like 25 years.
You're saying that now that the pandemic has hit, people are now that everybody's wearing a mask, you feel comfortable enough to go out to the stores.
From time to time, there's some things you just can't grow and you just can't get out there.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Randall,
Like,
why don't you give us an example of one of those things for us?
Well, like ammonia nitrate, and there's some other stuff you get down at the feed store. And they will roust you up about that too.
Yeah, I would imagine. I'd imagine
Well,
you
that-
get a little upset
usually
about.
large quantities of that are dangerous.
Well, what it is I know how to make my own ice without electricity.
You're on.
Matter of fact,
You're
a place.
on ice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you were to Google up on one of them Microsoft
Yeah.
ice making, you see how it's made back in the day.
Yeah.
Wasn't no electricity. It wasn't none of that. They didn't have refrigerators.
Yeah.
And I'm set up out there where I live.
Uh-huh.
Me and my sweetheart. And I'm set up out there to have ice, water, food, heat, and every other amenity
You
a
got it
man
all.
can be afforded to in case of a catastrophic event, such as grid failure or nuclear proliferation.
I don't know what that last thing was. We're gonna skate past that.
Yes, sir.
So, do you have do you have internet there or?
I can imagine.
I
just watching
do not have internet. I do not have a phone, sir.
I don't know. Well, then I guess I'm kind of curious how we're speaking right now.
Well, I called you from a payphone, and they're very hard to find. But I will let you know that I am at a bus station in an undisclosed major metropolitan area.
Okay.
That's a lot. So, okay. So you're close.
Well, that's brave of you. We appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thanks for
Uh-huh.
thanks for the call.
I was just trying to get a hold of Gary Lynn.
Yeah.
I mean, one two things I don't like: a man to lie from me and a man to hide from me when he owes me money. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Gary.
classic
I
Gary.
like Gary. He's
Yeah.
a good guy. He's a good farmer.
Uh-huh.
He's a good mechanic too. You see, he can fix dang near anything.
Yeah.
That's
But when
that's
I
the
went
key.
over to look for him, his RV was gone,
That's
and there's
strange.
nothing left there but a couple old empty milk jugs. So I thought maybe Mr. Pope would help me with that, but I guess blood's thicker than water.
Well,
So-
you
So you're still assuming that he doesn't.
Yeah.
He knows you are related to a Gary Lynn Pope.
yeah, you know.
Well, see how he won't look at the camera.
I do. I am okay. I see that. See now.
Okay, so what?
I know.
And he kind of got his hair all grown long. And look how nervous he is.
Yeah.
yeah.
Can
But
I
anyway,
can I
it's
ask you
okay.
how you're seeing the
It's okay.
stream right now?
Well, okay, you got me.
I,
You got me. I got a little bit phone. It's a burner. I never keep a phone over 9 days.
Uh-huh,
And you boys
okay.
will be wise not to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave you with a couple things to think about. Okay.
Okay,
yeah,
Randall.
please,
yeah,
please
shoot.
do.
Number one, there's an awful lot of wisdom
Mm.
in the lyrics to Merle Haggard's
Mm.
early records.
I would imagine. Yeah.
If you like to know the truth, slow them down, son. Write them down. Write them down. Read them. Study them hard.
Listen to
Okay.
Merle Haggard. Write down the lyrics.
Yeah.
And it ain't just, it's about what he says. It's about what he says. It's about the message. Okay?
Okay.
So you guys take care, and
Uh-huh.
Daniel, I'll probably give you another holler. Give you some time to think. Maybe give you some time to get in touch with that
How
boy.
does he know my name's Daniel?
He
did
seems
his
to know a
research.
lot.
This is
I
on
don't
the
know.
podcast.
Is that in a Merle Haggard song?
But like I said, I got some friends
Oh,
who
what
got
is
some plans
Okay.
who happen to know a few things about you boys.
Okay.
Number one, I'm kind of doubting your military experience over there, Jake. You don't look military to me, but that's okay. You know, hey, it's your guy's show. You play it there, you won't play it.
Okay. All right,
I'm
Randall.
gonna let you go because I hear the
appreciate
goats up on the roof. They're rattling around, raising up a ruckus. I
hear
need
ya.
to get them. Okay.
You better hurry.
Hey, Randall.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you later. If you see Uncle Gary, tell him I said hi. All right. So, yeah, please make sure that.
Yeah, we have to be
listen
careful.
up.
Maybe we
calls
start
or
screening
something.
phone
Goodness
calls because it could get pretty dangerous if we're just letting in any.
Can you imagine living in the same town as Randall Cornwallis Hillis?
I guess you wouldn't see him very often, though. So.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, you probably know where he stays. You probably won't see him very often.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Just an empty plot of land with the door coming up from the ground.
Imagine there's still like parts of the house there.
I'm gonna
Man.
guess it's in Oklahoma.
That was something.
curtain?
So you don't know Gary.
No, I don't have a Gary Lynn.
See how I mean, he brought up some good points. You're not looking like you're not holding eye contact whenever you say that, and you're kind of twitching your eyes too. And I don't know how much Ben, could I get a water?
Blood's thicker than water. All right. Well, I don't. That was interesting. All right. Well,
Questions? We got questions.
let's do it.
Jumping back on.
Let's go one more.
One more question
Wow, that was
to finish it out.
strange.
I think we definitely need to follow up with Mr. Randall.
Yeah.
See
Hey,
how he's doing in a
Randall,
few
if you're,
weeks.
we know that you are watching on your burner phone. So, in the future, give us a call back, I guess.
And
We'll
I'll
get
stay
an
on
update.
him. I'll stay on him about the Gary
Yeah.
stuff, and we'll get to
We'll see if we can figure out where
to the
Gary
bottom
Lynn
of
is.
that. We'll locate Gary.
All right, so
Where in the world is Gary Lynn
if we
Pope?
assume,
We're going to Carmen San Diego him. Put it down.
It's not going to be so
Put it
much
down.
of Carmen San Diego as it's going to be Sherlock Holmes.
No, more like I'm going to Tommy
More
Lee
like a
Jones
Robert
him
Downey
like
Jr.
Fugitive.
Okay, well, if you're going to be Tommy Lee Jones, then I'm obviously going to Will Smith it, like Men in Black.
If you're going to Will Smith and I'm going to Clint Eastwood it like
Okay.
Dirty Harry.
Well, okay, yeah, that was just
So
that was
if
left
we-
field. He wasn't even on
Yeah,
anything.
okay, yeah, because Will Smith was center field.
Tommy Lee Jones, was side by
Tommy Lee
side
Come on.
with
It was
Will
Fugitive.
Smith.
He goes look.
How do you
US
get
Marshals.
from Will Smith to Clint Eastwood? Explain that to me.
Because I am a genius.
Yeah,
Whose name is
have
on the logo?
You have to be connecting
Who's the
some
host?
dots
Who has the host
that
spot?
don't exist.
It's ridiculous.
Ben, question.
All right.
Ben, question.
If we assume that the moon was made of chocolate, would you become an astronaut?
First of all,
to investigate.
if we assumed,
If we assumed.
I'm gonna Will Ferrell this of sorts, and pull a Harry Carey. That's 2, Ben. Write both of those down, please. I don't see you writing anything. It's upsetting.
he doesn't know the bit.
So the moon is made of chocolate,
Young
and
guy.
do I want to be an astronaut if the moon were made of chocolate? Well, the moon is made of chocolate. That's what the dark side of the moon is. It's
milk chocolate?
It's a dark chocolate,
Yeah, the side that you can see is
so it's
definitely
milk
cheese.
chocolate.
and the
Wait,
front side is cheese. Yeah, it's
oh.
a very thick cottage cheese. In fact,
Which doesn't appeal to me that much.
no.
I wouldn't go there for cottage cheese.
You know what's weird is
But the chocolate.
everybody who
It's
lives
dark
on
chocolate.
everybody who lives on the moon actually lives somewhere along the line. You know, kind of like how we
Like a river.
Yeah.
habitat near rivers. They stay along the line that goes around the moon so that they can, if they get tired of cottage cheese, they could have some chocolate.
If we
If they get
went
tired
up
of-
there
yeah,
and we saw the river,
Mhm.
I would Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka push you in there.
there's not a
Put it
chocolate
down.
river.
Put
There's
it
not a
down.
chocolate river. Nobody ever mentioned a chocolate river.
Did we not mention the river?
No,
Who decided it was cheese?
like a river. It's like
And-
a line, and we
Like
live
a river.
along.
Okay, well,
yeah.
I still got
And
it.
and I don't stay stuck in the past, so I'm going to Johnny Depp push someone in the river, like the new Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Thank you.
Okay, nice. Well,
so yes, I would be an astronaut regardless of what the moon is made of. I am an astronaut.
Sorry, because he had a spaceship, right?
yeah, you did John Glenn it around the Earth, so,
Yeah,
according to what you said.
Well,
Armstrong
I was okay.
Put it down.
I Lance Armstronged it. That's where I rode a bike.
You took
halfway
steroids?
across. I took performance enhancing drugs to ride a bike
Get in orbit.
halfway across the country to go to space. So yes, I am an astronaut. Yes, the moon is made of chocolate, and yes,
Your name is Jacob.
Yes.
All right, well,
All right.
that's going to bring us to the end of the show today. Ben, who's the winner?
It kind of pains me to say it, but DJ is the winner.
Thank you very much. Go ahead and say the scores.
All right. DJ had, or Jacob had 4. DJ had 7.
Liar, more. I had more.
And
That's
I had
okay.
one.
You did not have more.
I did.
Not
I did
more
have
that were
Hey,
actually
let me get
counted.
Actually
that like
decent.
rock and roll music
problem
since
is-
I won.
Don't play it. Nope. Okay. See, this is the kind of shenanigans that I'm trying to get rid of by using the Twitter to get rid of these two. If we could somehow do this show where it's just me and not DJ or Ben, I think we might be onto something there. So why don't you leave that in the comments? Go ahead and let's start a hashtag lose the host. Hashtag new host.
Don't.
Hashtag
You do realize we shoot this at the church that I work for, right?
hashtag Jacob possibly has a better chance of being a host than DJ, and I think that it would be a
really
very,
long hashtag.
good move to switch hosts at this time. Newsflash. The newspapers are all saying it. Jacob's better host.
Hashtag
I think DJ
go back to
has
England.
has a run for his money with this new host. This kid's got it all. Vote for Jacob.
Okay, can we stop the news
hashtag.
flashing? Nobody even reads newspapers anymore. Okay.
Especially not news flashes.
Yeah. Where did the news? Are you talking about like
No,
breaking
the
news?
Yeah, I was reading the headline. Jacob beats DJ. Jacob.
In what?
No, I'm trying to.
It definitely wasn't
Can
the
I read
competition.
the headline? Can I read the headline?
Go ahead. We're gonna
DJ
cut this thing
wins.
off.
DJ wins the boring competition that nobody really cared that much about. But Jacob wins it all with he's so funny. He should be the new host if you started the show next time and he was.
Don't forget to visit us.
Okay,
on
that one's a little bit long,
sixfeetpod.com.
but maybe
You can follow us on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, and TuneIn. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to us on YouTube and like our page on Facebook to see the live shows every Sunday at 4:30. And hopefully we might have a new special guest who I can also dominate in our competition.
it would be great to have a special guest
So,
on this
would
show. We
you-
haven't had one yet, and actually we did.
We've had plenty of special
with
guests.
yeah.
It's just that you always mess up the technical stuff.
Where would they sit?
Before, I don't know. We'll probably sit in your spot.
That doesn't
No,
make
it's not
any
even
sense.
his spot.
It's really not his
Yeah,
spot.
it is my spot, and it doesn't make sense. Why would
Okay.
anybody else?
All
sit?
right. Well, that's all we have for today. We will see you next week, and don't forget, if you see Gary Lynn Pope, please send us a message.
Ben for host.
What?
Screen name. Y'all need Jesus.
Are you kidding me right now?
You have
Ben, you block
have
her.
got to stop.
I think it's a
the
her.
atrocities
I've seen this person
that are
before.
happening
You
here.
block her.
So many
and don't ever let
people
her back
are,
on. Just
there's
cut
so
it off.
much
We ain't got time for this.
suffering in
this
the
is
world,
ridiculous.
and we're trying to get to okay, and
Very
we're
good,
trying
Libby.
to get to a place.
I know.
This
All right.
this